It's been a couple of weeks since we've actually got in to do any videos at all recently. And obviously with everything going on out there, you know, be safe and just be careful and definitely practice your social distancing and just make sure, even if you're gonna start going back out and thrifting at, you know, your local Goodwill, Savers, bins, wherever you decide to go out and do, just make sure you're being careful. Seems like everybody has seemed to be, you know, keeping an eye on recently, and you know, videos and resellers and all that. Everybody seems to be doing a really good job in the vintage community of just being safe out there. So, you know, with everything that crazy that's going on, we're definitely happy to come back and start doing some videos. My name is Brad. I'm just pointing out the Star Wars for the old 4th of May real quick. Very cool. Little reprint of the Return of the Jedi shirt. Very cool. Big fan. But basically what we're going to be getting into is the next couple of videos we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a couple different parts of some of the items that we did sell in the month of April. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark. We definitely have a wide variety of things that we do sell on both of those reselling platforms. Anywhere from, you know, sporting gear, vintage shirts, vintage band shirts, jeans, women's clothing, men's clothing, all kinds of stuff. So definitely good variety. Definitely we'll put some info at the end of the video. What I really want to do is just, you know, like I said, once again, we're happy to be back. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe below. Definitely hit the like button if you like what you're seeing and all the content we're delivering to you. But excited about talk about some sales that we did basically for eBay. It's going to be the first part of the month, so we're going to do like one part, like I said, and scatter it over the next couple of videos with hopefully 2 parts, you know, regarding eBay sales through the month of April, and then also Poshmark for 2 parts, and then those sales, and kind of breaking down, you know, kind of what we looked at for our bottom line at the end of the month. Once everything was said and done, what we kind of walked with, and you know, our sales. We had some really good sales in April. Hopefully you guys are having great sales out there. You're having great weeks. Definitely has been a little bit different and definitely a little bit roller coaster for everybody out there, but stick through it. Just keep your listings up. Keep digging in that old inventory. You know, keep hitting up friends and family if you can reach out and get any kind of inventory, anybody to help you out, or you know, on the discount or on the cheap to help you out right now while everything's a little tough to track down. But you know, hopefully you're having good sales out there, and keep it rolling into May and stuff, and hopefully it'll clear up a little bit better, and we're all going to be doing much better down the road. So I'm just going to get into it, start talking about some of the items that we sold in April. First thing we did sell was a vintage Busch Gardens t-shirt. It was I Survived Kumba, made in the USA. It was a single stitch. Very, very cool shirt. Busch Gardens, if you're not familiar with it, is a amusement park that's in the state of Florida. This shirt is probably somewhere done in like probably around the early 90s, but just white, really pristine shape, really, really well. That shirt sold for $39.99. Definitely gonna be getting into a theme here this month. We definitely had a lot of t-shirts up for sale, so we definitely cruised through a lot of those. We did have a couple of lots that are gonna be coming up here that we'll be showing you that we put together over the last couple of weeks. That ended up selling 2, so those one had 10, one had 8. I'll get back into that later. But the next item that did sell was American Psycho movie tee with Christian Bale on the front. It said "Hip to be Squared." That was a size medium that sold for $14.99 on that item. Next item that did sell, this was a Hudson pair of pants. It was a men's pair of pants, brand new with tags. These sold for $59.99. They were a 33 by 34, and I believe they were just a straight leg on those. This next item that sold was a couple of these names are going to pop up here in a little bit. Is the brand Johnny Was. If you're not familiar with it, it is definitely a Bolo brand. Be on the lookout for it. You can find it in really good condition. You can definitely make some money on it. The resale value is very, very expensive, and the retail is very, very expensive. So definitely looking for the embroidered, the all-around, floral prints. Very, very cool stuff. We did sell 2 items that were Johnny Was. First item was a floral dress. Had this really, really cool design on it, a maxi style, sleeveless. That sold for $49.99. That was a size medium. And the next item that we did sell was a Johnny Was eyelet embroidered black top. That was also a size medium. That item did sell for $49.99 as well. Definitely some items we came across a couple months back. Definitely good brand to look out for. Keep your eyes peeled for that one. We do only have a few more Johnny Was things available, so definitely a brand that goes pretty quick. So next item was a Betty Boop vintage t-shirt. It was from the year 2000. It had a timestamp on it, which is always nice to find on t-shirts. Definitely keep your eyes peeled for timestamps. Definitely something else to look at if it's a single or double stitch. some of that stuff could come into play depending on you know, how old of a shirt you actually have found. But something to keep an eye out for. The shirt had Betty Boop sitting on top of a motorcycle, and it had BMW on it, so definitely cool print. That sold for $12.99. Next item that we did sell was an electronic item. Definitely been trying to pick up a few more of the house goods and home goods over the last couple months. Some electronic stuff as well, which obviously you'll see a couple things that are popping up in the next couple of videos, but it was an old electronic Mattel football game, like a handheld game. I remember this when I was a kid. Super cool. That sold for $12.99. I do have one of those left as well. Another item that sold back is a band that's getting back together. You definitely see us selling band shirts quite a bit. We do have a good variety of those as well, from rock and, you know, rap, hip hop, hard rock, classic rock. So good variety. This was a My Chemical Romance black hoodie, the Black Parade. That was a size small. That was an international sale on the global shipping program on eBay. That sold for a total of $19.99 on that. Next item that did sell was a Fuel graphic band shirt. That was a size large. That sold for $6.99. Another band tee there. Another item that we did sell. Haven't sold the bandana in quite a while, but this one had like a really cool like Native American print on it. There was a 50-50 made in the USA on the material with a cotton and polyester blend. We did have 3 of those available. One of them did sell. It was $6.99 for that item. Next item that did sell was a band t-shirt. It was the band Guttermouth. They're a punk band. This t-shirt, somebody, I believe, took a offer to Watcher. That sold for a total of $8.99 on that item. This next item too, another t-shirt. This was a vintage Big Dog shirt from 1997. It had a matching handkerchief and bandana for your dog as well. And it said Halloween on it. Really like cheesy pun line on the front of the shirt. But super cool, vintage. Somebody did take an offer on that one for $6.99. That did sell. I was sitting on that for a little while. The next item that did sell was an Alice in Chains shirt. Love this band. Love the grunge era, the early 90s, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam. I definitely keep my eyes peeled for those shirts as well. They had a Alice in Chains shirt, had the sundial print on it. It was a reproduction shirt, but very cool. Definitely good items to keep an eye out for also, even if they're not as old as the 70s, 80s, 90s. Some of the prices for some of those shirts are very expensive, so if you can get some of the reproductions for a little cheaper, they also do well. This shirt sold for $19.99 on that item. The next item that I did sell was a vintage Oregon Ducks Rose Bowl sweater. It was from 1995, and it had this really cool embroidery rose on it with the Rose Bowl on that. That sweater sold for $29.99. Next item that we did sell, this is a first for me. I've never found this. I've heard of the brand before, but I've never seen an item like this before. It's the item Orbis. This was a vintage Orbis fishing vest. It had all these really cool pockets on it. It was also dead stock. I happened to find it with the tag on it. It was missing the yoke around the neck. But I did end up going back and forth with the buyer. We did settle on a price that sold for $45, that item. Very something cool to look for. They do really well if you can find it with the tags on. I got lucky, but definitely sells for good money. Next item that did sell was a Anthropology brand. It's Angel of the North. It was a cardigan sweater. It was mustard color. It had ruffles around the back as well. That sold for a offer of $12. Next item that did sell was a brand also to be on the lookout for if you can find it in really good condition or if it's silk. This was a Vince black silk sheer top, size large, which is a really good size for women's. Size large or extra large usually sell a little bit faster for a little bit more money also, if you can keep an eye on that. That sold for a total of $22.99 on that item. And the last item I'm really going to go over is, like I said, I'm going to break it up into parts, was a Adriana Papel boutique dress. It had sequins on it. It was black. That was a size 10 also, so another great size on that one. It had these straps with the sequins on it. That sold for a total of $27.99. So basically, we were able to get into like the first 20 items of eBay for the month of April. We had a really solid month, so we just got to keep these videos rolling for you guys and start getting more content out to you, and actually just show you guys what we sell on a monthly basis. We definitely have a wide variety. This month was really good to us. Once again, so happy to be back and getting these videos to you and getting a couple different parts and breaking it up for you and taking some time just to kind of show you some of the things that we definitely sell on a regular basis, and then just getting caught back up and getting back into May and doing some more what sold videos, and hopefully in May and June we can start getting back into some haul videos and start showing you stuff that we're picking up and trying to get out there. So if you like what you're seeing, subscribe below. Also hit the like button. Able to contact on Instagram. Our tag is at Cali_desert_thrifters, and Mr. BK Flame on eBay. and also BK Kabbalah on Poshmark. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing us. We'll talk to you later.